another episode of the radio show ATL, The Aftermath, on the air. And, we're noticing a trend here that when you are an excellent guest, you get to come back and guest host. We got our homegirl, Juicee K from Global R&B 96.3 hanging out with us today. Juicee, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, M16. We are going to have so much fun today. I'm so excited.
Yes, and you should be, because we're talking to Rebekah and Faye Faye. They're the hosts of the Wide Open Play podcast. If you have not found these ladies on YouTube, you need to, because they have plenty to say.
Oh, I can't wait. I feel like it's going to be a lot of girl power, a lot of openness. So I can't wait.
I'm good with that. So let's not wait any longer. Let's bring the ladies in. Let's have a conversation with them.
Let's do it.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
What I'm looking for. Oh, yes. Can't let go. Can't fucking let go. That was it. Can't let go.
You know what I can let go of?
This segment.
You're listening to the radio show ATL on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
All right, we've got another episode of the radio show, The Aftermath, on the air. All right, we got the ladies from the Wide Open Play podcast hanging out with us. That's Faye Faye and Rebekah. Ladies, thanks for taking the time to come on the show today. We definitely appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you. Yes, welcome.
For sure. So we wanted to get started, sort of getting to know about your origins. So how did you ladies meet each other? And with that, can you tell us how you came up with the idea to do the show? Was that from just like a usual conversation and you were like, you know what? People need to hear this. We might need to do something with this. So tell us about that.
Well, we met each other a long, long time ago. We've known each other since 8th grade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been on each other since 8th grade. We were best friends through middle school and high school and after. And then we both are like a lot alike, but we're a lot different. And we both like to talk. Can we curse?
You say whatever you want.
We both like to talk shit. So I was just like, friend, let's do this podcast. Like, let's talk shit. And she was like, okay. So yeah, that's how it happened. It's very easy because
that's how we're intuitive or whatever.
Yeah.
It flows.
You can tell that y'all's energy is authentic, so it's good. Yeah,
it really is.
And so, in mentioning about like your energy and stuff like that, so you ladies, you do a show. It's in your face, like it's in your face. It's raw, but at the same time, y'all are still classy with it. So you're putting it out there, but it's still got the class involved in it. So was it important for y'all to push the envelope, but just not too much?
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit. Yeah. I struggle sometimes.
It's hard. It's not hard for me. I like to push the envelope. I'm a limit pusher for sure. But that's where we balance, because she is too, but it takes more for her. Like she's the classy part. I feel like we're both kind of raunchy.
Yeah, both. The class is still there though, because it's never like, oh my God, it's still there.
For sure. Yeah, I have my moments. Yeah, we definitely balance each other out. So
yeah, and that's what makes the show where where places that you might want to go just a little bit too far, one of you like, let me just pull you back real quick, make sure that we don't go off the deep end before we get started. But just again, to reiterate, so we're talking to the ladies from the Wide Open Play podcast. All right, so you can find them on YouTube, search for Wide Open Play. They're on Instagram at Wide Open Play _. They have a TikTok, Wide Open Play podcast, and the audio podcast is available on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Juicee K, do you have something for the lovely ladies of Wide Open Play?
Yes, I just want to let you guys know that when I'm listening to I'm driving most of the time, but it's hard to like drive and listen and watch you guys at the same time because you have to like capture your nuances, your facial expressions. But I do want to tell you guys that I feel like I'm a part of your conversation. So you're doing a great job in incorporating and including everybody.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
I mean,
means a lot.
Oh, absolutely. And I promise you, I'm very authentic. I don't just tell everybody that. So I promise that I mean that. Are there any topics that you guys won't cover or you feel uncomfortable covering?
I have a few. Like what? I would say we don't really touch on, we're not into the hate. Right? So it's a lot of fine lines there when we do speak, because there's a lot of opinions that can be misinterpreted. So we like to kind of like not gear towards a lot of the aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive
language.
I feel like for me, just like politics, people get like their panties in a bunch about it, and I don't really want to hear it. So we don't really do politics or religion.
We don't do a lot of religion, I would
Yeah.
say. Because there's a lot out there, and I am curious about a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I don't delve into that on the show.
Right. Because we're still building, so we got to kind of be careful right now. But when we get big, we'll talk about everything.
Good. Yeah.
Maybe.
What about y'all? Like, what do you think like about those subjects?
Well, we both have our own shows. So my show's coming out on 10/24, and M16 has been doing this thing for a minute. And so I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, I have my conservative parents kind of, but then they know me and they know I'm pretty much unfiltered for the most part. And then, you know, I have my day job for the most part. So I have to kind of consider all of those things, but then still be true to who I am. Like, I don't want to be, you know, and I'm building my own brand. So I'm just trying to figure out what works. I've delved into politics, but, you know, I also always give the disclaimer that it's my opinions and my thoughts only. And I also, though, said what I said. So, you know, I stand by what I say. And so, but I'm very cognizant of not to, especially with religion, not to step on anybody else's toes with that particular.
Exactly.
Politics is something different, but that,
Right. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, and to answer your question, for us, our show is sort of like a hip hop variety show. So we do touch on a lot of everything. I mean, it's centered around music, but a lot of times we'll end up in conversations where it might be race relations. I know that's been a lot of that recently.
Yeah.
But we sometimes we tend to do that in sort of a humorous way, where we're discussing strong issues, but we interject that little bit of humor. You know, we kind of got a little bit of a clown show going on, but it's part of our charm, you know. So yeah, but it's all good. So.
Yeah, as long as you, like you said, put the disclaimer, like, this is my opinion, then it should be fine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I definitely relate though with the work.
Yeah, no, we can relate to the day job thing, because we both have day jobs too. So we kind of got it. Like, I think one episode I was like, oh, I called in today. Like, and then I was watching and I was like, why would you say that? Like, why would you do that? You still are not rich yet, girl.
right.
So.
Prophetically speaking, like, one day we will be completely our own bosses and we can say what we say and that's it. So let's go ahead and speak that, right?
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers. M16, I'm gonna let you finish and then I'm gonna, you know, jump in.
Okay, so, you know, with you guys getting started, you know, doing your pod kind of in the, I guess, the infancy stage, you know, a lot of people like, let me just say it like this, like, there's always going to be feedback from listeners. There's some men out there, I can speak for the men, who don't know or believe that women will speak wide open as you talk. And so what are the things that you hear from people? What's some of the feedback that you've gotten so far from both sides, men and women?
Well, for me, I've heard that they like the raunchy talk. A lot of men, because a lot of women, it's like sex is so taboo, but to us, it's not. Like, I enjoy talking about it. So I know a lot of guys are like, we love how raw y'all are. Like, they'll even say like, oh yeah, Faye Faye says she'll do this. And I'm like, wow, they're really listening. Like, so I know they like that we're expressive about the sex talk. And then the women, you know what, for me, I don't get a lot of feedback from women. Do you?
No.
I don't, but more of our listeners are women. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. What about you?
I pretty much tell everyone that we're like the Black Sex and City. So I kind of let them know in advance what to anticipate, because I feel like that was already existent in a way.
Right.
So we shouldn't be afraid to do it. So my feedback, I guess, from women has been, yay, I like that because I like Sex in the City. And then from men, I will say, I've gotten, oh, you're the $100,000 girl. Like, you gotta have 100,000 plus to date you. And I'm like, oh shoot,
She
like,
did say that.
I never gave a number. That's really, it's kind of scary sometimes. I haven't heard that much, because really we're just doing it. We don't have the interaction yet with people.
Right.
Yet, so.
And a lot of stuff, I just feel like I try not to, we pay attention to it, but a lot of stuff we can't, because, you know, some people are negative. So it's like, we're still building and we don't want to We love it, but we don't want to hear some of the negative stuff.
We did hear we needed to change our glasses. Like we had our solo cups, and they didn't like that.
I like the solo cups. It's us.
I like the solo cups too.
We're from Houston.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that a solo cup?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We're from Houston, Texas. Like you're
down to earth.
But now we're classy. So.
I guess.
Right.
They were like,
say M16. I mean, I don't know how many female conversations that you have, but if you get into and delve into like female conversations, we are probably more raunchy than the men are.
I've learned that in my time now that yes, that is the case, which is cool.
I love that though. I like the fact that you ladies are sex positive. So many times like we've been taught to just sit in the corner and be pretty and not speak. Sex is not just designed for men's pleasure. Like it's for everybody. And so when we glorify our own bodies and celebrate our own bodies, as well as like you guys are very open and honest about making sure that your partners are pleased as well. So it's not so selfish, but it's real. Like nobody wants to like if we wanted to read a textbook about it, then we would do that. But again, it's like having a conversation with my girlfriends. So I appreciate it.
Yes, we love that. I'm happy. This really makes my heart smile.
Yeah, it does. It jumps out off the screen at you because I've listened and I watched also, and they're both good experiences. But the watching, the visual, it gives you just that little bit more of like the facial expressions and stuff like that. That's what drew me in because I'm like, you see other stuff out there and it's like, okay, that's cool, but this one was like, dang, it's over. Oh, they got another episode. Let's run it back. Let's keep going. So it's that type of thing.
Yep. Okay, I don't smile all that often, but I'm smiling a lot. She smiles a lot.
About to cry.
Yeah.
I did my makeup. Like no.
Feel good about yourselves with that. I got one other here, Juice. I'm gonna toss it back to you.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
They are really good. They are like the sexiest vegetables. They're so good.
Well, I don't want sexy. I want it to taste good.
You're older than all of us. You should learn to like sexy vegetables. You're gonna need them. Your joints need them.
Yes,
I'm good.
You don't want to pull a muscle tying up your shoe 16. I mean, it happens for me in your age. I'm just saying.
Your age.
You're listening to The Radio Show on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
So, and speaking again about the pod, do you guys have any like podcast or radio influences? Was it some about these folks that grabbed your attention? Can you tell us about that?
Oh, so we watch, her podcast is called Hot Tea. My name is T. I don't know if you watch her. Angela Yee's Lip Service, of course. I love it.
Recovering Party Girls, I think that's what it's called. I like them too.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, Carisha Please.
Carisha Please.
Oh my God, I just love her. I love her.
Did you watch her episode with Kevin Gates?
Yes.
That was kind of steamy, wasn't it?
It was steamy, but you know what? I'm sorry, Kevin Gates. I think he's a great musician, and he should literally just do that and just keep the talking to himself. Love you guys, but the talking is just, it makes you like, you're here and you go here to me. Like, I'd rather you just rap. For him, no hate on him. Again, I appreciate his, musicianship. And M16 from Louisiana, so I'm sure, that's his boy. I don't know. M16, is that your boy? Okay. But I will say, he talks in circles. So if you're not, he's a fast talker. Yeah. So if you're not listening, he sounds brilliant. But like if you're paying attention to what he's saying, right. But I like I'm into charisma and chemistry between a guest and their host. So I like that about them. But yeah, Carisha's good. I like her. She's bomb. I just love everything about her. I think she's so bomb. Yes. And a lot of people are like, oh, she said Black Oprah, and I'm like, no, she's bomb. She did all that on purpose. I like her a lot. So those are some of the ones we watch right now. Okay, nice. All right, so just to reiterate again, so we're talking to the ladies from the Wide Open Play podcast. All right, so you can find them on YouTube. Just search for Wide Open Play. Instagram at Wide Open Play _. TikTok is Wide Open Play podcast, and you can catch them on all the audio providers: Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Juicee K, get on back in there and chat with the lovely ladies of Wide Open Play.
Ladies, one of your episodes, you talked about goals. I think it was the gentleman from Miami, and you guys talked about goals. And I really thought that was great. So you talked about personal goals. What are your professional goals when it comes to your podcast, and where you see it going within the next 5 years?
Oh my God.
We talked about this before you guys called.
I was like, no, you answer. For me, for us, in my opinion, I feel like like you said, not to toot our own horn, I feel like we have something very organic and it flows. Mm-hmm. So I would like to see this on the level of a Carisha Please or Angela Lip Service, because I know we can do it. We work really well together, and it seems like we're getting a lot of good feedback. So for me, just up there and not having day jobs anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
I think the best part of my day job is that I talk to a lot of people. So for me, it's kind of like cutting through all the bullshit and just being able to talk to people. And it would be nice to make this priority and the primary source of income, and just kind of keep it going. Like, I want to do some more fundraising. I want to do some like charity events. I want to do like financial literacy. Granted, I don't know a lot of that, obviously, but I know a little bit. And I feel like getting with good people, connecting those dots.
Absolutely.
Around Houston first, and then throughout the world would be like, that's kind of like my goal.
Yeah. And also just kind of like to piggyback off of that too. I used to dance. I talk about it all the time, but I would like this to help like people that a lot of girls don't want to be in the strip club, and they're there because they have to be or other reasons. So I want them to look at us and be like, oh, look, and maybe we can do something to help them eventually too once we
feel that confidence in women, right? Women and men, because sometimes men are insecure to talk to women because they feel like we're going to assume something or treat them a different way. So getting an access to us and what women think, I think we help everyone in the long run. Let's hope. That's the goal. Yeah.
I have one more question, M16. Do you guys, okay, I know you guys get this question all the time, but do you guys watch P-Valley?
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I love it.
Okay, so I know you said you used to dance. How close is what we see on TV to what is in reality, as far as the strip club, world and whatnot?
I'm not gonna lie, that show and that J-Lo movie where she was a dancer, those two Hustlers, those are the closest I've seen to an actual strip club. It's like 98.99% accurate.
Oh,
yeah, they did a great job with that.
They have a couple of dancers from Atlanta, so it's good to see their homecoming.
I think that's why I like it so much too, because I'm like, oh shit, I remember this, so it's really close. They did a really good job.
I'm just gonna say I can't dance like that at all, but I have taken pole classes and it's really hard. So
me too.
I'm like, that's skill.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's why I go, is to see like the sportsmanship. It really is sportsmanship. Like I'm liking it to like cheerleading, and like you have to have the core strength. So
I'm telling you, like after I had my baby, I have two. My youngest one is 2. After I had her, I couldn't wear heels, but I took pole classes, girl. I can wear my heels again.
It's definitely the core and the legs and the thigh muscles.
I stick to the floor exercises. I can dominate that.
That's what I was gonna say. Don't think I was one of those dancers that was on the pole. No, I'm very clumsy. I was a floor work girl for sure. That was it for me. So,
but she can twerk and make it bounce. Like I can only like bounce it and pop. Like that's it.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
That's it.
Sorry, M16. I had to ask.
No, it's all good. We just having a nice chat here, so it's all good. So got a couple more here for you ladies, and then we got this question game that we do with, I guess, to open them up even more, even though y'all are already wide open. See, that's how I stuck that in there,
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
Old people in general, stop wearing them ignorant ass Bluetooth pieces in your ear.
You're listening to the radio show ATL on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
Every now and again. All right, so with your pod, you guys record in person. So do you feel like things would be the same if you did it remotely and only audio, or do you have to be in person to make it, I guess, make the show the show? Do you have to be in person?
Sorry about that. We spoke about doing like a FaceTime version because I watch I think it's called Rap Shit, and I like how they have some scenes that are filmed that way, like FaceTime. So we did talk about it, but we don't do a lot of the the recording process and the editing. So I don't know what that's gonna take, but in order for us to be ourselves, we don't need to be like right next to one another.
Right.
We talk a lot on FaceTime in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it doesn't necessarily have to be an in-person thing. It'll still pop because I feel like we got that thing.
Yeah. But we do prefer the visuals.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, who doesn't like to get dressed up?
And feel the energy right next to each other. That's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
She keeps me sexier. I'm like real calm, like laid back, and she'd be like, "Oh," she's like, "I brought your shirt."
Aww.
I'm a control freak. That's my way of doing it. I'm just like, here you go, friend. Got you. I'm like,
Man, y'all chemistry is just like it's insane. Like,
thank you.
It's the driving part behind it because you know, and this stuff that we're doing, we run across people who do this all the time, and you see it and you get along with it. But then there's other stuff where it's like I said, it's eye opening, and that's what happened with this. Where I remember reaching out to Juicee, I was like, yeah, I want to really talk to these girls out in Houston. I don't know if you're down with it. You know, take a listen, tell me what you feel about it. I didn't say anything, and she came back and told me the same thing that I had in my head when I saw it. She's like, "You giving me the same thing I saw back." She's like, "Yes, I want to talk to him." So here we go, and here we are. You know.
Y'all really made my day.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wanted to also, I hear you mention a lot to Rebekah on the show about people not really giving you the support that you feel like y'all deserve. And I'm here to tell you, I had to talk with Juicee about this and a lot of other people that we talk with. There are a lot of people that are going to end up supporting you. You don't know them. They don't know you. They just see something in you that they like and they just resonate with it. So the people who want to come on the bandwagon after the fact, who want to see more, it'll be too late by then. So fuck them, you know, get your support from where you can get them.
I've been telling her, no one's gonna, people in Houston, there's some that really fuck with us, but there's some like they'll look and they'll see and whatever, you know, but once we pop, they're gonna be the main ones. Oh, sorry guys. They'll be the main ones. Hold on, technical difficulty.
That's okay.
It's real life.
Like, oh, we knew them in high school. We knew them in junior high. Like, no.
Right.
But I agree. It'll be the ones that we don't know that'll support us the most. And that's what I'm seeing. Right.
Yeah. It literally takes nothing to hit a like button or to share. It's like it's the most minimal thing you can do. Yeah. It's just that. And
I agree.
You know, so I wouldn't even let that, I wouldn't bother me one bit. Keep it moving and keep doing what you're doing, and it's gonna go somewhere. That's all you can do. You know?
Thank you. I agree
sure.
with you though. Thank you. I love to hear that. See, I was right.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was like, let's not focus on the hate.
I'm a Gemini. Jeffrey Dahmer was a Gemini. Okay.
Oh.
Put two and two together.
I'm a Cancer. So what are y'all?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, I like Libras.
Aww.
I'm a Leo.
Oh, Leos are strong. The way he said it too, I'm a Leo.
Like a lion.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess the last one here before we get into this question game that we have here is there anything that we missed when it comes to social media? Maybe you got a project coming up, anything upcoming, anything you want to give voice to that we didn't touch on while we were chatting here?
We're wanting to do like a boot camp soon. We do want to do that.
Like a fitness boot camp. Yeah. Other than that, like I said, we're still building. So we got ideas everywhere, but nothing's set in stone. But as soon as we do, you guys will be one of the first to know. Because we love it. This really made my day, to be honest. My week, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Georgia and Texas are our sister states. So we're very much similar. So whenever you come out, please let us know. We can maybe have a drink or whatever.
We should definitely do like a traveling show.
Yes, you should.
We can like travel and meet with y'all and do a live.
That'd be great.
That's definitely something I want to do though. Like us go different cities and do it. That's been on my mind. So hopefully Soon. We'll
Yeah,
let y'all.
but we definitely gonna keep the lines of communication open, because that's how it works. You start networking, and next thing you know, boom, you create these partnerships and these alliances. That's how you do it, you know. Right now, at this point, when you're trying to build yourself, favors are just a little bit more important than money, because it's gonna turn into money eventually.
Right. Yes, I agree.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
And then Zeno's gonna talk real fast about something that Rachel Maddow talked about, which is called elimination redirect. So
no, eliminationist rhetoric.
You're listening to the radio show ATL on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
All right. So we've been having a nice conversation. We've been chatting it up. So now we're going to take it a step further and laugh a little bit more here. So we got this thing that we do here on the Aftermath. It's called Don't At Me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. And basically you're going to, like an example I like to use is I'll use Rebekah as an example. I'll say, Rebekah, you like Coke or Pepsi? You be like, oh, I drink Coke. And you say, don't at me, like we on Instagram or something. Like, hey, that's my opinion, don't at me. So you give your answer and say, don't at me. And that's how that works. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and get the first one started. So Faye Faye, I'm going to start with you on this one, all right? So after you're done grocery shopping, are you more likely to cook after or stop and get food on the way home?
Stop and get food on the way home, don't at me.
She got it. She got it down right there. All right. Rebekah, what about you? So after you grocery shopping, are you more likely to cook or are you stopping and getting food on the way home?
Cook, don't at me.
All right. Interesting. Juicee K, what about you?
Well, first and foremost, I'm Instacarting, so it takes a lot of the legwork out of it. So I'll probably cook because I didn't do the legwork. Don't at me.
So of course it would be you to deviate from the question. I didn't say anything about Instacart. I said grocery shopping, like out somewhere, and you changed.
I don't go to the grocery store. It's too much. So I Instacart, and so that's grocery shopping for me.
So now she cooks. So it's the cheat code.
Pick up.
Yep. All right. So I was talking shit about Juicee K. Instacart too. I ain't fucking with the grocery store. I ain't got time for it. But if I were going. Now I understand why, if I was with my grandmother, why she did all that shopping, why she went and got that 8-piece from Popeyes afterwards. Because after you got done shopping, ain't nobody got time to be cooking a full course meal. So
I'm hungry already.
Yeah.
It's
don't have me on that one. All right, so we got the next one here. So Rebekah, I'm gonna start with you on this one. All right, so your cell phone, leave your phone on vibrate or do you keep the ringer on?
It's always on vibrate. Don't at me.
Yes. Miss Faye Faye. You leaving that ringer on or vibrate?
My ringer is never on, so it's on vibrate. Don't at me.
All right. Juicee K, vibrate or you keeping that ringer on?
It's on vibrate. I keep it on vibrate from work and I just never turn it back on. And at this point in the time in my life right now, I hate to hear a phone ring. So don't at me. It's on vibrate.
All right. So this one is unanimous. Vibrate is always on. I don't know. For whatever reason, it seems less invasive when it's not ringing loud for whatever reason. It seems easier to ignore if you have to ignore.
It's easier to ignore.
Yeah. All right. Don't have me. All right. So we're just going to go back and forth here. So Miss Faye Faye, do you, with your car, do you fill up on half a tank or do you fill up on empty?
Oh, definitely on E. Don't at me. But I don't fill up. I get $20. I'm good. Don't at me.
Hey, that's the universal right there. That 20, that dub. Rebekah, what about you? You filling up on half a tank or on E?
On E. Don't at me. Same as hers.
$20. Don't matter where you're $20. Juicee K, half a tank or empty? Which one are we filling up on?
I'm gonna go below empty. I'll be on a hope and a prayer. My sons be like, "Mommy, please pull over, please get gas." But $20 won't do anything but move me to the next pump. So I'm gonna fill up. I'm filling up on E.
Oh my God, this is so funny. Let's see. I fill up actually on half a tank. Drive an SUV, that thing guzzles gas, and if I'm doing $20 and I'm on E, it's gonna be like, that's a funny joke, my man. You gonna have to keep going. So yeah, I'm filling up on half a tank with that one. All right, So I got a couple more here for you. Actually, we're gonna do a bonus one. We like you guys so much. We got another one here for you. All right. So Rebekah, can you listen to a whole album all the way through? Yes or no? And if you do, which one is your go-to?
Yes, and that's gonna be oh God, it's Young Jeezy. I have to think of the name of it though. It's the one with all the classics on it. I can't think of the name.
The one at 05?
Give me 2 seconds and I got a name for you. Thug Motivation 101. All the way.
There you go. Good choice.
Oh, Don't At Me, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
There you go, Rebekah.
All right, Miss Faye Faye, same question here. Can you listen to a whole album all the way through? Yes or no? And if so, what's your go-to?
Yes, I can listen to a whole album all the way through. My go-to is Beyonce Renaissance. I know, don't at me. I'm sorry, but like, I listen to that every day. I haven't stopped. Like, what's the deal? I don't know. Don't at me.
Interesting.
I'm waiting for you to ask me.
Juicee K, which Beyonce album is it? I know you can. Which one is it?
It's
all of them.
All of them. All of them. Don't at me, except for the one with the Lion King. Everything else, I'm listening to straight through.
That's cute.
Don't at me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dream of adding you about Beyonce at all.
Hey, we're all Beyonce lovers. We're all Beehive members.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm the president of the chapter here.
She's gonna keep riding that.
I am.
All right, so can I listen to an album all the way through? Yes, I can. A couple of them. The one that I listen to the most, like my go-to, Tupac, Me Against the World, front to back. I can listen to it beginning to end every time. So yeah, don't at me. All right, got one more and then a bonus one for the ladies from Wide Open Play. All right, Rebekah, which one are you choosing with this one? You sitting down. They got Red Lobster's cheddar biscuits or Olive Garden's breadsticks. Which one are you choosing?
Olive Garden's breadsticks. Don't at me. I don't like those biscuits from Red Lobster.
Wow.
All right. She said that with authority.
Yeah, I think that.
Faye Faye, Red Lobster cheddar biscuits or Olive Garden breadsticks?
I'm going with the cheddar biscuits. Don't at me. I didn't know. I didn't know.
They are good. Juicy. Which one?
I'm with Rebekah. I wouldn't eat at Red Lobster if they paid me to. So
damn.
It would
I didn't want to
be.
say that. I didn't want to say that, but I agree.
He knows I'm gonna put a spin on it. So it'll be Olive Garden. Don't at me.
It's like the McDonald's of
yeah.
I feel like it's the same way with the pasta though. I'm not a big fan of the Olive Garden pasta anymore. I used to be addicted.
Thanks, Juicy dunked on the Red Lobster. Oh, you money? She dunked on them right quick. Damn.
I just really hate their food. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Unless you want to sponsor the pie, then Red Lobster, we love the shit out of you. Okay. All right. But in this case, Red Lobster, cheddar, or Olive Garden breadsticks. I'm choosing Olive Garden breadsticks with this one. It's just something about them. They just could go. I'm sorry to leave Faye Faye on the island out there, but it's something about them.
I'll do Olive Garden salad. Mm-hmm. If you would have said salad, I would have chose that.
All right. It's all good though, but that's why it's don't at me. Can't nobody at you on it because that's your choice.
Right.
All right.
Tell them to ask their mammy.
Yep. All right, so we got the last one here for you. This is a bonus question. All right, so we'll start with Faye Faye on this one. When you are brushing your teeth, do you squeeze that toothpaste from the bottom or from the top?
You know I'm doing the bottom. I'm a mama too. I gotta teach them the right way. For example, don't at me.
Very good. Rebekah, squeezing that toothpaste from the bottom or from the top?
From the bottom, because like she said, we're mothers. I have 3, so bottom, gotta get my money's worth.
Right.
Don't at me.
Exactly.
Yes. Juicy, don't you come with this psychopathic behavior? Because I feel it. You squeeze it from the bottom or from the top?
Squeeze it from the top. I squeeze it from the top. Don't at me. I know. Speaking of Dahmer, I watched it and loved it. And so maybe I am a psychopath.
I haven't seen it yet. I still haven't seen it.
Don't at me though.
Squeeze from the bottom or the top? It's from the bottom. What are you doing with this top? See, I hope she don't see this. See, my wife does that from the
The middle top? Yeah.
Top.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say middle, but that wasn't an option. So, but it's from the middle to the top.
Oh,
don't talk anymore. Don't say nothing else.
It's
from the.
Yeah.
It's from
I'm throwing it out.
It's from the bottom. Please don't at me. But I'm gonna tell you somebody who is headed straight to the top, and that is the Wide Open Play podcast. Playing Don't At Me with us on the Aftermath. They did a great job playing around with our sandbox we got going on here.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
I'm not, no, okay, he's got 40 in SIBO featuring E40. I feel like that's a very lazy song title. They just put both their names together and just 40 in SIBO featuring E40 by SIBO.
You're listening to The Radio Show on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
So, ladies, just to say, it's been a pleasure getting a chance to talk to you. We've been extremely excited to have a sit down with you guys because, like I said, what you have going on just jumps out on the screen. I'm grateful that you were okay with the invite of coming on and everything, because you could have just told me no. So I definitely appreciate that. And you guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank you guys for asking us.
Yes.
I always say, and she gives me a dirty look, we're nobody yet, but we're grateful for you guys even wanting to interview us. So thank you very much.
Yes.
Oh, you're welcome. Again, to piggyback off of what M16 said, thank you so much. We're super grateful. This is a great networking opportunity for both of us, or all three of us rather. And so I would love to, follow you guys on social medias, and I would love to have you guys on my show, and just to keep that and to keep our network growing. So here's to a long friendship.
Cheers. Yes. we gotta have you guys back too, because our show has 6 hosts, and when we all get together, I don't know if you've seen clips. We are a band of different people who we have similar. What's the word I'm looking for? We have sensibilities that are similar, but we can still disagree. So we have good conversation in that manner. Same with you guys. So we're definitely appreciative, and we just look forward to hooking up with you guys again in the future for sure.
Likewise, y'all are fun.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
Like I said, somebody just go out there and check on James Earl Jones and let me know if I need to Uber him some juice or some soup or something. I'm glad to do
Why
it.
you sending that man some juice like he can't eat solid food? Like, let me send him some juice.
Like he in a nursing home or something.
You're listening to The Radio Show on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
All right, Juicee, we're back here on the Aftermath. We just got done talking to the ladies from the Wide Open Play podcast. How you feel about talking to Rebekah and Faye Faye?
I didn't want it to end. I did not want it to end. They were so full of energy. They were so humble and sweet, and I can't wait to talk to them again, actually.
Yes, I love their energy. Their podcast just jumps out at you. We're going to put it right here on the screen where you can find them here. So search for Wide Open Play on YouTube. They're on Instagram at Wide Open Play, on TikTok at Wide Open Play Podcast, and on audio, you can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can find them, like I said, it's right there on the screen. Their information will also be in the podcast description. Give them a follow, a like, subscribe to their channel. I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Absolutely not.
Also, we cannot forget about our lovely co-host here, Juicee K, who came through to, host with us, all right? So her show is coming out very soon, October 24th, The Break Room on Global R&B 96.3. So that's globalrnbradio.com. You can follow her on Instagram at Juicee K24. Information is right there on the screen. Now, as far as the radio show ATL goes, if you want to be a guest on the radio show, just send us a text, 678-800-1677, or you can email us, the radio show inbox at gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at It's The Radio Show, and we are on Facebook at The Radio Show ATL. We look forward to hearing from you. So, Juicee, again, it's a great conversation with Wide Open Play, but it's also great having you back on here. I'm so happy to have you here, and so glad that the break room is going to be dropping soon. People are going to be very happy.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to be with my fans and just kick it. Do what we do during break time and break and kick it. So I can't wait for it. Thank you so much again for inviting me, and I look forward to having you on my show.
Yes, you just make the call. You know that I'll be there anytime, you know, and I'm just keep coming back. As all I can say is keep coming back on the show. You know, you're always welcome here. So
thank you.
For everybody listening and watching, we definitely appreciate the love. Thank you so much. We're just going to keep dropping heat every time, all the time. So thank you for watching, listening, however you get in the pod, and we'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate it.